to another Success Coach session on soft skills for success. I have here with me Julie O'Shea, and my name is Rainbow. We are both success coaches. Julie, would you like to give a bit of an introduction of your background, and I will follow?
Sure. So my initial training has been in education, and then I moved into physical health qualifications. And I find myself now supporting students at this university, and I've been here for 3.5 years with the Chinese Med, the biotherapy and the Diploma of Health Science students. And Rainbow, I know you've recently joined us, and welcome. It's been great to have you on the team.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so I started end of last year as a success coach based in Pyrmont, and my background is in counselling. I've worked my professional years mostly in not-for-profits and charities. So my role here is to support mainly the counselling and community services students across the diploma and the bachelor's. So today's session, we are going to be looking at developing soft skills and exploring strengths. Some topics that we will be covering are what hard skills are versus soft skills, the importance of being able to have soft skills in your career development, and looking at the Gallop strengths assessment, where a survey where you are able to discover your natural talents and take the Gallop assessment as a Torrens student here with us. So strengths-based development is unique in that it builds on one's areas of greatest potential. So this is going to be what we're looking at when we're looking at, exploring what your soft skills might be and what your strengths are. Understanding our different types of skills. So there are a level of things such as hard skills, which we refer to as really job-specific skills. They are the capabilities where it is very much task-oriented and measurable, okay? So these are the types of skills that you might be gaining proficiencies in or training in, and they're very much teachable and measurable. So they are a lot more easier to learn than compared to soft skills. An example of these hard skills might be if you're in sort of things like acupuncture, so being able to find acupuncture points and putting acupuncture needles into pressure points, that sort of thing. It could be for counselling students, being able to use skills such as open questioning, active listening, and different types of sort of trainings and techniques that can be learned. Soft skills, on the other hand, are very much about the personal attributes that you have. So they're harder to teach and they are harder to measure. And examples of that might be things like interpersonal skills, so your level of communication, how good you are able to interact with someone. Other things like being able to develop good collaboration skills as well, so how well you are able to work with a different team or someone else, and a level of adaptability, so how effective you are able to adapt to constant change or different environments in the workplace. Another example is also the social and emotional intelligence, which we might dip into just a little bit on, but that sort of focuses on your skills in being able to be aware of your own emotions and having that self-awareness in the interactions and the emotional and awareness of other people. So soft skills make you a great fit anywhere. And this touches on really nicely where employers actually want to see a combination of both hard and soft skills. So you want to be able to have practical, measurable and task-oriented skills under your belt, but also have the softer skills where you are able to demonstrate that, you have the great levels of communication, interpersonal skills, and that adaptability. And 57% of senior leaders say that soft skills are more important than hard skills. Having a combination of both helps you to stand out and succeed. The top 5 skills, soft skills in 2020. So these are actually creativity. So your abilities in being able to conceive solutions and being sort of problem solving in very innovative ways. Persuasion is one that is about being able to influence others and their views in order to buy in on a concept or a product. Collaboration, so working together to achieve an outcome. Adaptability, which is managing constant change, which I think is quite an important one in 2020 in our current state at the moment. So being able to adapt to the constant changing environment, socially, environmentally, within the workplace. Emotional intelligence is being able to understand and manage your own emotions and those of the people around you. So the Gallop Strengths Assessment is a great resource that all of you students are able to access. You have been given an access code to unlock personalised reports from the Clifton Strengths and sort of discover your top 5 strengths. And within these reports, you get the signature themes report with top 5 Clifton Strengths. You also get the Strengths Insight and Action Planning Guide, as well as the Strengths Insight Report. Now, these 3 reports, us as success coaches are able to provide you with one-on-one coaching sessions that are tailored towards analysing and evaluating these reports that you complete and get from the strengths assessment. So we can run actual strengths-based coaching to help you explore and understand what those Clifton strengths might mean. So I might just take it and pass it on to Julie if you wanted to talk about the Gallop strengths.
Thanks, Rachel. So there are actually 34 talents or strengths that we call these that are on the slide, and luckily for us we have the top 5 that we can access, and Gallop is being paid by Torrens University. If you wanted to access your 34, you can top up and make a small balance payment, and then you can reveal actually your 34. And I've had some students do that and have had some great satisfaction in understanding probably their 5 to their 15 as well. So you can see some of the language. It's a little bit strange, individualisation. Other language that you will easily recognise, analytical and responsibility. So it's not a personality test, it is a strengths revealer. So the chances of having the same top 5 strengths in the same order is 1 in 33 million. And in fact, data to date says that there have been over 8 million surveys answered over the last probably 40 to 50 years. The business did commence in 1935, so they have a very long history. So you're unique as your thumbprint. So people who use their strengths every day are 6 times more likely to be engaged in their work or career. And what's interesting to note is that one disengaged employee can affect 15 other employees in the same workplace. So it's actually quite important that you are engaged and that you do feel that you are achieving and that you're recognised in your strengths. So the cost to the world and businesses is billions of dollars. So in terms of our students graduating and being involved and aware of their own talent plans and strengths, once they're employed or running their own businesses and employing others is actually really important. And I suppose something to note for the Australian population is that supposedly only 16% of us are actually engaged in our work. So having said that, you're also 3 times more likely to say that you have an excellent quality of life if you are functioning in your talent themes. And also if you're working in a team, and most of us do, that you're far more productive individually in your team. So Gallop says, you cannot be anything you want to be. This is their difference, but you can be a lot more of who you already are. And that strategy is focusing on what you do well. It's not to say that they ignore weaknesses. They're definitely discussed and recognised in your report, but it really is about what do you do well. And we tap into our strengths when we're more efficient, confident, act with more direction and productivity. So that's the clue. You're in the flow, you're actually yearning to do something, or I'd like to try that, or you're curious about it, or you've been doing it for a long time and you just continue to return to that. You're satisfied, you learn very quickly, you get energy from your strengths, and you see glimpses of excellence that can sometimes even surprise you and your family. So with the assessment, there are no right or wrong answers. You have 20 seconds for each question. And the reason you have 20 seconds is because you're answering intuitively. We don't want you to think too much about who you actually are. Now you're going to need to probably allow yourself 45 minutes maximum, I say to students. If you finish early, great. By the time you log in, by the time you've used your student email, created your password and found the website, it can take up to about 45 minutes. And 177 items are there for you to answer. So we actually look forward to meeting you and reading your strengths report. Particularly, I love looking at the insight and the action planning guide. There are some real clues there. And for some people, they get quite excited about how spookily accurate the report is. Thanks, Rainbow.
No worries. So I encourage you to just jump on this link to access the actual survey, complete the assessment, and you can use your student email to log in and commence that. If you have any questions or would like to actually book in some coaching sessions with your success coach, feel free to email us and set up appointments that way. I've just popped in the your success coach email in the this slide, so you are able to reach out to us at any point. Now, this comes to the end of our session, so thank you very much for joining us, and I guess, you know, be on the lookout for any of the other workshops that we will be running and posting as videos. So have a great day and thank you.